What's up you guys and welcome back. I'm FPL Nymphria and this is my FPL Game Week 23 review and Game Week 24 initial thoughts preview video. I don't really know what to tell you guys about this game week. It didn't quite go to plan and here's why. I stuck with Fabianski with what seemed like a plum fixture after last game week and he couldn't even keep a clean sheet against Bournemouth. Just the 2 points from him. My defence looking much more like its usual self again this week, with Robertson the only one doing anything, although even that was looking hairy until the last minute assist. Digne's gone from hero to zero, scoring an own goal for -1. There really doesn't seem to be an in-between with this guy. Either he hauls or he does shockingly. It's like a mad roller coaster ride owning him. And there was a shock on the team sheets when we all seen that Wolves were not playing Doherty this game week. The FPL community went into meltdown. No fear though folks, he's still got us the 1 point we've been accustomed to since game week 21. Cheers Doherty for that. When I left you last I had Holebas in my starting 11. I'd love to not mention why he's not there now, but I'll have to own up. It's all to do with the arguably terrible transfers I made this week, which left me head scratching on who to play. That's because I left my transfers very late coming into the weekend. And when I mean late, I mean like 1:30 on Friday night, full of cold and panicking that Snodgrass was dropping. You know, it was really late and as a result you can see Fraser in my team. Don't ask, it seemed like a good idea at the time. The funniest thing is, apart from the drop, I didn't really have to make that transfer and I'd have been better waiting. Fraser's fixtures looked great for the game week and with a chance of Wilson playing I hoped he'd grab a little something. Alas, he didn't and it got me just the 3 points, meaning I'd have been better not making that transfer and playing Holebas. Never mind, that's really just the start of my troubles. Let's move on. Richarlison is continuing to disappoint and I literally feel if he wasn't as highly owned as he is, I would have shifted him by now. And to be honest, I'm not really sure how much longer 26.1% is really going to be given in my team. He's been shocking. But let's talk about some positives here. I'm glad I got Mo back 2 game weeks ago. It's been a massive help. I captained him again and he got me the large bulk of my points. 2 goals and 3 bonus points. He made 3 crosses, had 1 key pass and had a 77.8% accurate pass rate. Some would argue he's been a bit lucky, but when you're an owner in FPL, points are points no matter how they come. I'm also chuffed with my Pogba and Rashford double up. It's seen me well for the last few weeks, and it's definitely earning me some coin as well as points. I've earned $500,000 on them both, and I'm more than chuffed with their 8 points apiece for game week 23. Now you'll notice a little something different about my front line. Let's first touch upon what's not different. Aubameyang with another 2 points. A massive surprise Arsenal beating Chelsea, but Alba didn't quite look his usual self. He had 2 shots off target and 1 on target. He's a frustrating asset to own, especially when not in the points. Okay, so I touched upon how Kane's injury would force me to make a change, likely resulting in a -4 for Jimenez and Sterling or Sané in the last video, or that I'd make a straight swap for someone else, like Aguero or Jimenez. Well, I did neither of those things. Again, not sticking to my own plan. It seems I'm very great at giving other people advice, but not really listening to my own. I really have to get much better at that. As I said earlier, I left my transfers very late and then I panicked. I couldn't see past Aguero, especially after Jesus said something along the lines of he knows Aguero is first choice. That coupled with Aguero's 3 goals and 1 assist against Huddersfield last time out, and my blind love for the man, I had to get him in. I should have stopped there, but as I mentioned, I took the -4 for Fraser too. I'm a little gutted for a few reasons here. I have been harping on about how I should move my money into midfield for weeks now, and that midfield is my weak area and that's where I'm losing all of my points. And I was given the opportunity this week with Kane, and I don't know how many times I hovered over doing Sané and Ings or Jimenez for Kane and Snodgrass. That move would have seen me so much better off, not only in points but in pounds, and also going forward in the decisions I would make. so I'm a little annoyed right now, and now I'm in a little bit of a pickle going forward. So on that note, let's take a look at my initial thoughts for Game Week 24. On paper, this team looks banging. It looks like it could be a 70 plus points team. In reality, it'll probably only be 50 plus, given my luck at the moment. I'm between Fabianski and Button for my goalkeeper. I think I might give Button a run out against Fulham. I think Fulham looked great against Spurs, but mainly, to be honest, I'm just a bit fed up of Fabianski, so I'm wondering whether to give Button a go. Why not, when they both have fairly easy away fixtures? In the fixture difficulty ratings, at least. Digne is a tough one. Huddersfield have failed to score in their previous 2 matches. Let's hope that Digne doesn't decide to score one for them. I'm willing to stick with him knowing what he is capable of though, and I likely give him a run out in Game Week 24 for this reason. Robertson will face a Leicester side that's as inconsistent as my team points. My hope with Liverpool being at home is that he can grab me a few extra attacking points. I haven't fully decided who will be my third defender spot yet, if indeed I play Fraser against Chelsea. Wan-Bissaka has Southampton and I could easily see him doing well there. Doherty looks to have a good fixture in West Ham, but he has not been his best recently. And whilst Holebas has Tottenham, given Spurs' injury problems at the moment, that fixture might not be as bad as first glance suggests. There's a bit to think about here. How my midfield lines up will depend very much on if I do any transfers. If I stick, it will likely look like this. Fraser, as mentioned, is in danger of being dropped for a defender. Richarlison would be in last chance saloon, again only owing to his great fixtures. Salah will be my captain. Again, he will face tough competition from the United boys, but it would take something really big to turn my head. He's been my captain for the past 2 game weeks, and in that time he's got me 52 points. It's very difficult to swap the armband when that's the case. Both the United lads will get a run out of Burnley. There was some nervousness over a Rashford injury against Brighton, but apparently Ollie has confirmed that that change was only tactical, so let's hope so. And so, on to what's always the tougher decisions when it comes to my team. I now have to decide if I stick with Aguero after taking a -4 last game week, or if to go with the transfers I should have done, which was getting Sané and Jimenez in. It would be another -4, and Mendy is close to return, leaving an element of doubt over Sané's output. Yet I'm still aware money needs to be moved into midfield, and if I'm playing Pep Roulette, should I not be doing it with a cheaper asset that allows me to have an upgraded player elsewhere, especially if Aguero will only match what Jimenez does? There's plenty to think about here. I'm not scared to right my wrongs with a hit, but let's see how the other competitions play out during midweek and go from there. Feel free to leave me any comments below on what you would do. I'll let you guys know what I decide via my usual social media channels. And as always, feel free to check out my sponsors fancyfootballfix.com, and please support me by liking and subscribing. Until next time, Nymphria out.